Why is it so bright? God dang. Okay. It's bright in here. Okay. Is that better? No, it's not focusing. Okay. Hi everyone, it's me, Bree, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so if you watched my last video, I said that I would, for my next video, I would do something Thai related. And don't say I never delivered, because I'm doing it now. It took a lot of time since my last video to now, because I actually got sick, and so I haven't been able to film anything, because like I basically couldn't talk. It's not COVID or anything, it was like laryngitis, and like I had like a little head cold. But I'm better now, and I can make a video now. What was I saying? Oh, last video I was talking about ways to start Thai, and in this video I'm also gonna give learning materials as well. Well, if you saw the title of the video, I'm gonna be recommending Thai TV shows. So 5 Thai TV shows that I would recommend watching, just to get your foot in the water, or just if you want to watch Thai dramas and you're like, I don't know where to start, here, I'm gonna give it to you, so you can go off, be free, start. Okay. So now these shows aren't like classified in any way. These are just shows that I watched and I enjoyed. Like I watched all the way through, except for one of them. These are shows that I just genuinely enjoyed. Okay, so the first show that I'm recommending that you watch if you're interested in watching Thai dramas, it's 3 Will Be Free. I love this show. Okay, so this show, not only does it have like amazing actors, I love the actors in this show, I love the storyline, I love the actors, Taetuan, amazing, and just like the social commentary stuff that they talked about. I love the fact that one of the main leads, our queen Jenny Panan, she plays like, I mean, she plays a trans character, but in this show she's like actually like a character, like a fully fleshed out character. Usually I always see her as like the background character, or like just like a comic relief character in a way, but in this show she has like an actual love interest. I'm not gonna spoil. She has a love interest, maybe more. She actually gets a whole storyline. She gets sort of a backstory. She gets a lot of stuff. Like we actually get we get her as a fully fledged out character. We get a female character who's not just like, I wouldn't say like the cliche female character. Like she's not like the cliche female character. And she's not a damsel in distress, but she's also not like the leader of the ring or whatever. She's not running the show. Like she's just like, we get characters that are actually like that. So 3 Will Be Free is about it's a lot. Okay, so 3 Will Be Free is about this, I'm gonna say, stripper named Neo, right? So this stripper named Neo, he's in a strip club one day and he goes to the bathroom, and there's a rich kid in the bathroom. Okay, so he's in the club, right? And he's been sleeping with this, I don't want to call him like a mobster. Like he's not like a gangster. He's like, he owns a lot of land. So he's sleeping with this like very affluential man's wife. Affluential man's wife. Yeah, wife. She's his wife, or his girlfriend. I'm not sure. But he's sleeping with this affluential man's wife, girlfriend thing. They have a situationship. And the affluential man finds out, and he's just like, oh, so I'm going to send people out to attack this stripper to, you know, get him out of the way. Anyways, the stripper, he's in the bathroom of a strip club, and these guys come in to attack him, and lo and behold, there is also the son of that affluential man and the owner, the hostess of the club, and all 3 of them witness a murder and are involved in the murder of the person that is coming out to is that a spoiler for episode 1? Yeah, anyways, they're all involved in a murder. Okay, so these 3 people, they're involved in a murder. Less spoilers. 3 people, they're involved in a murder. And they basically go on the run. And they just try to avoid law enforcement, and they're avoiding the affluential man's people who are after them. And yeah, that's 3 Rupee Free. It's really great. 5 out of 5. Love it. Next show I'm recommending. So if you're into like YA kind of like dystopian kind of like rebellion sort of storylines, like similar to like Divergent or like The Hunger Games or like even Harry Potter, I recommend The Gifted. The Gifted is a show that I don't think anyone has ever said they disliked. Like, I've shown other people The Gifted and they were like, wow, this is good. Like, The Gifted is really good. It's about this school where there's not a lot of, I guess you could say, fairness when it comes to grading the students. And there's a special program in that school that allows certain students to unlock a special a special potential that they already hold, and it kind of gives them like superpowers. Yeah, and in this they learn how to develop their superpowers, and they learn how to basically navigate the world. Not navigate the world, but they basically learn how to I don't want to spoil it. You'll find out. They have superpowers, and it's great. I was so obsessed with The Gifted that I literally, like, when I finished watching it, like, I looked everywhere for those little, like, pins, like the little gifted pin that you put on your shirt, but they're not selling it in America, and I don't think they ship it here on any website. The shipper is like, okay, so if you, in high school, you were probably like a fangirl in high school, this is the show for you. You fangirled about people, you shipped other people together, this is a great show for you. This literally like reminded me of high school. I was like, wow, no one died. Anyways, if you shipped a lot of people in high school, you were a fan of lots of stuff, like, this reminded me of like my obsession with Supernatural and Teen Wolf, like just kind of the way they ship people, and then they ship like people in real life. So the shipper is about these 2 high school girls who run a online fan fiction like story series, and in the story series they write about these 2 boys they're 2 seniors in the school that they both have crushes on, and they actually ship those 2 boys together, and and this and the story gets like a little bit of attention, and people start to realize, and it causes a bit of trouble for both the boys, and they end up getting into fights and stuff like that. One was already a troublemaker, one was like the brainy guy who like was the ace of the school. So yeah, so so there's I'm not good at explaining things. I spoil a lot. So I mean, actually, I feel like I'm not gonna say what actually happens because, okay, anyways, I'm not gonna say it. Okay, anyways, for some reason, one of the girls ends up in the other boy's body, and so they like kind of body swap, and she ends up in his body, and she has to kind of live his life, and she sees like what his life is actually like beyond what she's already seen. Like, she kind of realizes that she's always been looking at him from the outside, and she's never really like understood what his life was like, his whole life was like. And she starts to realize that, like, hey, maybe this wasn't a good idea to just like pretend to like understand these boys and like know what their life is about and stuff like that. So yeah, The Shipper, it's so good. I loved it. There's a problematic part. There's a part that I will say it pissed me off. I cried a lot, but yeah. It's really great. The next show that I'm recommending is a show that I've been obsessed with all year. Also, okay, so this show and then half of this. So the show I'm recommending is Friendzone, and then like also as a side note, maybe Wake Up, the Wake Up series. So Friendzone is a show about 4 friends, 4 college, actually technically 5 friends, and just their relationship problems. So let's start off with the main character, Boya. She lives with her best friend, Boom, and her other best friend, Stud. And they kind of kick Stud out of the house because he's kind of a nuisance. He's always bringing random people over to the house, and they're just like, we can't trust you and these people that you constantly have in the house. So they kick him out, and they get a new roommate. And the new roommate ends up having a sort of situationship with Boyo, and they just go through all their relationships and stuff like that. I feel like the show is like really relatable, like as friends, like specifically, like okay, so the Wake Up series is kind of like the same, not the same premise, but like they teeter on the same like emotional problems all throughout the show. But I feel like Friendzone is more about friendship than the Wake Up series is kind of more about relationship. The character dynamics in the show are so well written that I really recommend Friendzone. I love it. It's definitely more of a relationship everyday kind of show. So if you're kind of a person that's like, ew, relationships, I don't like seeing relationships or anything, then it's probably not the show for you. But I'd recommend you watch The Gifted instead. Or my next recommendation, which is a show that I did not finish because I was kind of like, what? Girl from Nowhere. I feel like Girl from Nowhere is like the most popular Thai drama that I've seen. Like I feel like everywhere you go, like they're always like,
สวัสดีค่ะนันโนะนะคะ
like you always hear that because okay, Nano, she's iconic, but watching this show, I felt like I needed a trigger warning. I didn't know that, like, I watched the first episode, right? And I was like, this show is kind of crazy, but I don't know what's going on, but like this is okay. I like it. Like I like the visuals are nice. Like they're like the angles and everything. They haven't messed up once. I mean, it's looking really nice to me. And then we get to the second episode. Was it the second episode or the other one? There was one episode where there's like this really graphic like rape scene, and I was like, wait a minute. Like so that like really turned me off from the show. But not like it turned me off, but it was kind of like trauma porn to me, and I was like, wait a minute, this is kind of graphic and scary. So but the basic premise, that's British. Anyways, the basic premise of Girl from Nowhere is that there is this creature, this being, she's kind of like a godly being. Like she doesn't die. Like her name is Nano, and I think they never like fully explain it, but basically what the thing is that, is she like a folklore thing? I don't know. But they basically she every episode she goes to a new school, and in the new school she unlocks like the worst of the worst in everyone around her. So everyone, like they're all interacting with her, and the worst bit of like the human nature is revealed like through their interactions with Nano. And she like they just get pushed to the edge over the smallest stuff, but they're just pushed to the edge. And she kind of like, she creates like hallucinations for them. She it's not like she forces anyone to do anything, but they all do it like willingly with her like little she's like a catalyst for like all these bad things to happen. And yeah, and a lot of times they take their anger out on Nano. So they're doing all these like really heinous things towards her to like reveal that like they were kind of like horrible people on the inside already. Yeah. Girl from Nowhere, If you watched all the way through this video, that officially means that we are friends. And don't be shy. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.